Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Spyder UK channel. As you can see, this isn't, at the moment, I'm currently on a campsite. Enjoying a bit of relaxation and just enjoying a pipe. I don't really smoke very often, this is not very often. It's the first time I've had this out. Oh, well over 2 years. It's just nice to relax. And talk to you a little bit about, in my last video on the Spyder UK channel, we talked a little bit, there's a couple of things I want to talk to you about in this particular video, and one of those things is insurance, and something else which is quite exciting. So if you remember in my last video I mentioned the insurance was due this month, because this is about the time I bought the Spyder. And well, I had that letter through, and it was all good apart from the cost. So basically, I think last year when I first insured my Spyder, so bearing in mind this is in the UK, I paid for the first year, I paid £800 odd with MSN, and it was a bit of a struggle to get insurance. If you remember rightly, I did mention that I did have quite a few insurance companies that just wouldn't insure me, so MSN did, and I thought, well, I'm just going to go with that. It's quite expensive. I expected it to be. So I had the letter through, and it was, they wanted £600, which I thought, okay, it's reduced, which is lovely. So I did call them and ask them if there's anything they could do on it, if they could, because I did do some homework, because I anticipated this potential, and about a few weeks ago I did some calling around to see what I could get. So unfortunately they weren't able to do me any further deals on that, and they were great. MSM, brilliant, I think, great company, really lovely to work with, solid people, and friendly as well, lovely, and I wouldn't hesitate. I wouldn't have hesitated to stay with them, given the chance, you know. And I would go back if required. So they did say, give us a ring next year and see where you are. So, in a nutshell, I managed to get insurance from Howden's Insurance for 322 quid. Wow, can you believe it? That's quite a saving, isn't it? And even they said, blimey, that's a great deal. How the hell did you swing that? I said, I don't know. but I did. It's just starting to, I could just feel a few spits of rain. We've got the canopy out. So that's quite good. So that's really, I'm glad about that. I mean, I don't do a huge amount of mileage. Just going to set that one down. So I think that's about it for that one. Just going to let it cool off. It's a lovely pipe. This is a Peterson pipe from Ireland. Lovely shape. It's lovely to hold if you're into that sort of thing. It's got a silver crest here, which is lovely, and it's quite solid. It's quite a meaty pipe. I'll set that one down there. So I thought I would share that, guys, with you. You know, Howden's Insurance, great, thanks guys. That's quite a saving, isn't it? It's quite, you know, and in times of in the UK at the moment, you know what it's like, everything's so expensive, isn't it? So it's nice to actually get something back. Nice to actually see a good reduction for once, you know. So we're on for another year, so heads up, brilliant. So there's another thing I want to talk to you about. So remember in my last video where I talked about a little bit about wind and how the bike can kind of not lean like a motorbike, but it can feel it kind of not going over. It won't go over, but it just feels a bit wind, you know, a bit of rocking motion from side, and that's fine. Some people like that, but there's a few ways you can, in my mind, is you can kind of work with that. Is either just don't go out on the bike in the wind. That's one option. But obviously, if you're a commuter and use it for commuting, if it's your sole vehicle, you know, and you need to get to work or something, you'll use it for work. You know, it's sometimes you just got to do it, haven't you? I'm lucky that I kind of work remotely, and today we're in the camper van. I don't tend to take the bike out even in the rain if I can avoid it, you know. I don't want to get it wet and dirty, and I know you can clean it, I get all that. But so you can not go out on the bike, or you can, like I say, slow down, just slow down, that helps. But sometimes if you're on a dual carriageway on a fast road, you know, it's sometimes you want to keep your speed up, don't you, to match the traffic and to not be a problem on the road for anybody else, especially if it's raining. So the other option is a sway bar. Yes, I've gone and got a sway bar. So it's a H&R sway bar. It's been delivered, it's at home, and I'm excited to share that with you guys, and I'm also going to be showing it to you in the next video. We're going to do a little unwrapping. We're going to have a look at it. It's probably, I know you can get there's a few different types, makes and models, and a sway bar, and some are cheaper and some are. But when I was at the paint and bike night, I bumped into somebody who's got a 2024 Spyder, and he bought the H&R, H&S, I think it is, the sway bar, for the one from Germany. I got it on martinthevlogger.com. It's not particularly the cheapest, but he said it's amazing, and he's swore blind. It's totally changed the way the bike rides in a good way. Yeah. Now, the one I've got is, like I say, the German-made one. I believe it's from, you know, it's one of the most highest performance ones you can get, apparently, and it's got 3 settings in terms of where you can attach it. And you've got, like, so it's a cruise mode. Option 1 is cruise mode. Option 2 is sport mode, and option 3 is sport mode plus. So it's just 3 holes where you can, so how you secure it to make it more rigid. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, when I get back, we're gonna have a look at it. We're gonna get it out, have a look at it, and I'll share that video with you. And also, I'm gonna attempt to fit this thing myself. What can go wrong? How hard can it be? You know. And I've got and I was going to think about putting it up on ramps, because I've got these ramps that I use the van for, but I don't think it's going to give me enough clearance. So when you get the bar out, you've got to have, you know, this much clearance, 2 foot, because the bar is this long, isn't it? You know, so you've got to kind of wiggle it out. But I've got the lift. So we're going to see how that goes. That's going to be fun. And if I can do it, I'm sure you guys could do it. You know, it's what can go wrong. It's as long as you've got a lift. That's the trouble. You need a lift. If you can't, you have to take it to a garage and or somebody who's got a Spyder lift that could lift the thing up. And I've had my road tax through as well for the Spyder. That was a bit of a shock. But so where I've saved in insurance, I'm having to pay on road tax. So the road tax in the UK for a Can-Am Spyder 2024 model RT Limited was £220, and my Nissan Qashqai, which is a car, hybrid car which weighs a lot more, is cheaper. Go figure. That's just unfortunately the ridiculousness of living in the UK and just rip off Britain in general. Really, that's just how it is, unfortunately. I think they've rejigged the tax things, and they've put this. So it's just a catch-all kind of the Can-Am Spyder seems to be in this catch-all. I don't know. If you look at it, it's quite complicated. The whole the way it's set up, the taxes, and I know you can. Some of the older versions of the Spyders can be about, I think, 120, I believe, because of the weights. But yeah, that's just unfortunate, So we're kind of, once again, we're taxed for having fun. That's just how it is, unfortunately. Nothing, in this country is cheap, really. But the insurance was good, so that's good. So in the next video, we're gonna talk a little bit about the sway bar and have a look at it. We're gonna unwrap it, and then the next video after that, I'm gonna attempt to try and do the best I can to video the install process and just see. I think it's pretty straightforward. There's some good videos out there of how you can install these yourself, to providing you've got the ability to be able to raise it enough off the ground. And Martin the vlogger, his videos, there's a lot of videos showing how that, and he's got them up on jacks and bits of wood and all sorts. And it's quite entertaining. But I'm going to use my big boy lift Can-Am Spyder lift system. So I might as well get some use out of it, because that's what I bought it for. So we're going to have a bit of fun with that. But anyway, thank you for joining me on this talk regarding insurance, etc., etc. If any of you are looking for insurance, and it could be worth you giving Howden a shout, or MSM, if you're a new rider to the Spyder community. And as ever, thank you for joining me. Lovely to see you all. Please feel free to comment and hit that subscribe button if I really appreciate you doing that, because it really helps the channel and the whole channel grow, and make me a YouTube millionaire. I wish. Anyway, thanks guys. See you in the next one. Bye for now. I think it's gonna rain. It feels like it's gonna rain.